Hey Jorge. Hey Axe. Hope you guys are good. Yeah, Jorge. Georgia, I was actually thinking of doing this one since you're working on it. Hey Milk. And maybe, because I'm not sure exactly how to help people online if I do this Patreon thing, so I think it can be fun to do this rather than me painting on my own projects and then wondering what am I supposed to do on the stream. I can actually do this. Oh, that's good then. I was thinking if I should start around 1 o'clock, so it's good that I started now. I think this is a good time to actually start the live stream, so I think I'll do it like this. Georgia, do you want me to work on this one, or you have anything in specifically that you would like me to work? Okay, then I'll do this one. Just so you guys know, you're like, well, like when I speak, you guys hear me after like 15 seconds or something like that. Which is kind of weird, because I see the chat and then I kind of talk over it, and you guys are like, Jesus Christ, she's slow. Hey, Reza. Reza. Axe, how's your job? Do you like it, or is it just something you need to do? Like everyone else on this planet. I hope you're enjoying your job. Let's see. This is a very soft charcoal. I usually like working with softer charcoal when I do a sketch. Hope the music is not too loud. So let's get this going, because tomorrow I'm gonna fly to Romania, so I'll be away for like 13 days. I'm sorry to hear, Axe, that you don't like your job. I have so many artist friends that has like a day job or a part-time job. I had a part-time job as well, and it was really hard. Coffee Cat, hey, be careful with this flu, because there's a weird flu going on and 50 people died in Romania from it. Make sure you rest and eat healthy. So just hi and go to bed. Yeah, I mean, I know people that loves their jobs, but it's always artists that doesn't like it, because you know, we want to draw and we want to paint. I'm quite fortunate. I've been getting this amazing commissions that I'm doing prints of, and they're starting to get really popular, and I'm getting more jobs, so yay for me. But it's not easy. It's not like, yay, I hit the jackpot. It's always a challenge. But when I used to have like a part-time job walking dogs, it was not easy. I mean, it was like -10, sometimes -15 degrees, and I was walking 3 dogs. Once I walked 5 dogs, and I had one dog that I just wanted to like let loose and never see that dog ever again. It was just barking, one of those small dogs. She was adorable, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's really good news. With the prince. I think it's gonna be fun. So Axe, I don't know what to say. I really feel for you, and I hope you will find a way around it to like the job, at least if it's a good income. So we're gonna do this portrait. This is Sargent. Me and Georgia were doing a test to see if I'm able and capable of teaching online. And I found a good way of using OBS, drawing on top of their drawing and showing mistakes and stuff like that. And so far, I guess it's working. It's not anything similar to when you have someone physically next to you. So then I got this idea. It's not the best. Like for example, if I suggest master copy, I always suggest you guys do from like, let's say paintings. This is a photo, and you can see it's a little bit distorted. You have the soft edges around the head. It is a little bit of distortions in the picture, but that doesn't matter. It's all about studying and shapes and forms and all that stuff. So that's basically what I'm gonna try and do. And I also solved a little bit my let's see where this edge goes. Okay, so this is outside of the screen. I bought this program called SparkoCam for like almost $100 freaking some time ago, and I stopped using it because it wasn't working with OBS. But OBS is freaking weird, and today I did something and all of a sudden it started working. So now I can actually do this without moving my lens. I can just zoom in. Look at that. Now I'm just zoomed in. Of course the quality drops a little bit, but it's still very good. But it makes my life so much more easier. Theo, is your photo the same? Oh my lord. I hate printing. Don't let the printer know you're afraid, because that's when they stop working. Right now I actually have just the little pictures that the little picture that you guys are seeing. That's all I have. I'm gonna open it up on my screen. I rarely print out my images. I just use my screen. Because it's like you said, the values are always off. It takes me a long time to actually figure out the freaking values, and my screen is an old screen. It's from 2012 and it's not really calibrated. Hey Bruno, I'm good, way better. Even though today it was a rough starting of the day with my cat, but then it's good. Yesterday she kind of got angry with me again and bite me, so she's an animal, can't do much about it. You worked on this, maybe, you know, I know I will sound very spoiled talking about this, but I got like when I was a student, I was working from my mobile screen, and I was having one of those old LG. I actually got this tablet, which is great. It's not the Pro, so I don't want you guys to get scared about it. God fucking damn it, I hate Mac stuff, but I love Procreate. So this is the iPad 9 normal, and the assholes at the shop, they were like, oh, if you want to work on what's it called, the Procreate, you should buy the Pro because it's not gonna work. Horseshit. It works so good for what I'm doing. And if you want to buy the Pro, it gets close to 1,000 euros. I bought this one for like, it's still expensive, don't get me wrong. It's like 400 euros or less right now because they're getting older. But this is just great. This is just iPad 9. And I bought the one that has the most space on. You can buy a cheaper version, which is like 300 euros. And the Procreate works wonders on it. You have a little bit of a spacing. It's called the parallel effect. But it's really good. So I usually use this one for my references. Even when I paint on my big stuff, I leave the screen and I just have this. And work great. Or you can always use your mobile. That also works. And that's my asshole little cat that destroyed my hands. Oh my god, when I go home to Romania, my mom is gonna lose it when she sees my hands. What did you do to your hands? You destroyed your hands. Me. Oh well. So, are you guys seeing this good? I will zoom on it a little bit. Oh, let me open up the picture as well on my screen. They're incredible animals, but sometimes you just want to punch them. I sound like an asshole. Because, for example, my cat is leash trained because I live in a barely 20 square meters apartment and they need to go out. So I went out with her today and all of a sudden everything was super scary. And I had to like, not drag her. She has a very good leash on. It's like a soft mesh. So you can like just pick her up and hold her. So I had to like drag her and she was like, oh, poor me. So we had to go home and then she was so energetic and I'm like crying over there because I have to find ways of getting her energy down so I can actually work. God, I wish I lived at the house. So fucking many things I want in my life. Where the hell is the picture? There it is. No, cats are amazing, but they're not dogs. They are not dogs. They need to be out. I actually wrote to Hendrik and I was like, I can't stand it anymore. She got aggressive. She didn't get aggressive, you know? It's like with a kid. You're not supposed to eat candy, but I wanna eat candy. So she was basically like that. When I was picking her away from, basically I live in this area and we have a little garden. And people here in Stockholm are spoiled as fuck, you know, like, oh, you're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be in your building's garden, you're not supposed to step here on my land, fucking assholes. Anyways, I used to let her go in all of the garden after she poops, because I don't want her to poop wherever. So I keep her, she does her business, and then I let her go explore. Anyways, I kind of didn't let her go beyond our safe area, I call it. Safe area. And last night, I let her roam around and, you know, see the world a little bit. And when we had to go home, she got so angry. I was like, no, Misha, we need to go home. I started biting my hand and demanding I let her go. And I was like, Misha, stop it. Started biting me more. And, I mean, if she wants, she can really damage me. I mean, I have these wounds on me, but I don't cut her claws. So you can imagine she could have been even worse. She was she didn't know how to communicate. She didn't know how to tell me, let me go, I enjoy this, I want to be here. So, okay, let's go back to work now. So Bruno, I love cats, but I suggest people to get a cat if they have a big apartment or they live at the house. Okay, let's see what Georgia wrote. I'm still doing 1-to-1 measurements. She's very cute. Not comparative, so I'm anxious about the idea of doing it from the phone. Oh, but that's the good part about it, Georgia. 1 second, I need to show you something. Let me see if I find it. It has to be here somewhere. Oh, it's not here. Maybe it's in here. Where the hell do I put my sketchbooks? Is it this one? Sorry. No, it's not. This is a new one. Ah, God damn it. Where are my sketchbooks? My old ones. Anyways, I'm just gonna show you. I have a picture on my computer, but it would have been nicer for you to actually see the size of it. But I can show you how big. So when I was a student, I was working... think. Where the hell are they? I can't remember. I'm just gonna show you. Just 1 second. Image. Okay. So I want to show you guys the importance of a lot of sexy paintings. So this is when I was a teacher, I always told my students to have a sketchbook and just draw from references or from imagination. I mean, sure, I don't do it as much because that's not what I'm after, but it's very important to do this if you want to draw from imagination. And I had a period where I was drawing so much that I could just draw the stuff I was doing from references, from imagination. So it's always a way of doing things, of course. There it is. Okay, let's pick this one. Okay, do you see this? So these little portraits here are from pictures online. So I was working on this one, so I think it's like between 4 hours to 5 hours, just pencil. And this, because you know, we want to work big with charcoal and fancy, and I think these portraits are like this big. So they're kind of small, and I was working on them with a mechanical pencil or normal pencil. I was smudging with my finger, experimenting, But I was doing a bunch of these ones, and then at the point I was doing from imagination, I was like, oh my god, I can actually draw from imagination. Of course, if it's like Kim Jun-ji, I mean, that's the only thing he does, those kind of drawings. So of course he's become a specialist at drawing them from imagination, and he's also over 40 and has 2 kids, so he has a lot of experience ahead of him. So I suggest to you, Georgia, to just buy a sketchbook, have a pencil, and work from your mobile, because this ones that you're seeing here, I worked from a mobile screen. And worked completely fine. I mean, at the beginning I wanted to, put my head through a wall because it wasn't easy. But the more I did it, the easier it became. Okay. So I have this fixed idea, I want to go in steps. That's good. For example, first 1-to-1 measurement, then comparative, then from... I mean, right now you're learning. I understand what's happening because you're trying to find a way that works for you. And it takes a lot of time to actually... do all of this subconsciously. Like, for example, when I draw, I'm not that conscious of what I'm supposed to do. I've done it so many times that it comes natural to me. So in your case right now, since you're still learning, it's a little bit of a, like, am I supposed to do it like this? Am I supposed to do it like that? What you're going through is what I'm going right now with my oils. I don't know what colors to use. So some of my work lately looks so stiff because I'm not sure how to paint anymore. So I'm always constantly thinking, so it doesn't feel natural. So in this sense, when I do from mobile phone or computer, I'm practicing comparative. Yeah, I mean, the image is small and you're doing it bigger. Even if you're doing it side size, but you're not having the image, like next to each other, you're having your reference here and you're drawing from over here, or you're drawing from somewhere else. And let's just say that you're still making the abstract shapes the same size. It's still not size, but it is, you're not really... Okay, let's explain what size is. It's nothing wrong with doing size. It's really good if you want to, like, get into seeing abstract shapes. I think I might have a sample, but imagine like you have an apple here. So this is from, life. You're having a cute little apple over here. And then you have your paper here. Whatever, it's like on an easel, right? So you're supposed to do it like this. You go like, okay. So from where you're standing, that's how it's supposed to be. So you have, okay, I have my top over here. I have my bottom over here. Okay. So where is the top of this one? Oh, it's here. Or where is this point? Oh, it's here. So you're basically picking up some points. And then you're kind of filling up the gap. So that's basically what size is. You're basically just transferring what you're seeing. It's a good way of doing. It gives amazing results. I'm not against it. I think I've seen a lot of artists that paints a bit too the same. I mean, Nick Alm, for example, he studied at the Florence Academy. He doesn't do size. I've seen him working and he doesn't do it. He might transfer the shapes he's seeing same size onto his canvas. So size can develop that sense, but just don't get too stuck up in doing it this way. Like that's one reason I always say, like, everything is abstract. When you look at a shape, it's not an eye, it's just abstract shape. Of course, we understand that it's an eye. It's just that you are adapting yourself to a different way of seeing things so you don't get stuck up in, like, let's say, not stressing out too much and just making it easier for yourself. So that's the thing with the size. But you can still draw something the same size but not have it in this way, which is completely fine. Like I said, I don't care what technique you're using, as long as you're happy and you get the result you want. If you like doing mashup photos and collage, do it. You might come up with the best idea and become a freaking millionaire. I don't care. As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. Just for a beginning, I do like this. I need to do more of this, then go further on comparative. I mean, the more you do it, the more I think this kind of little points will just disappear. You will not even care. You will do it automatically without even thinking about you know, like, how am I supposed to draw? What shapes am I seeing? It's just gonna become manual. Let's erase this. So right now I have the image on my screen. So I'm like looking here on my screen, here on my screen. I haven't done a master copy in a long time. I've just been drawing and painting what I felt. So it's always a different process when you're doing something that has to look as the sample you're working from. It's more thinking, it's more demanding. So I understand, George, it's not easy at all. Yeah, I mean, just pick up your mobile, have a sketchbook. I can do that one day with you guys. When I come back from Romania, I can just do that. Have my mobile next to me and just sketch from it so you guys can see the process of it. I'm gonna drink some water. Alright, let's see if and don't be afraid to fail, because I might fail with this drawing. I mean, like I said, I haven't done this in a long time, so I don't know how it's gonna be. So sure, when you do this thing at school, for example, you have to start it like this, very angular. I haven't drawn anything. I should have do some sketches and warm up. So I'm being a little bit more angular. I'm trying to see all the shapes, what I'm doing, proportions, the eyes, getting an idea of where things are. So I'm just drawing a general head shape because I kind of need to have something to work with. One thing that I really love that Robert Liberace said, you need mistakes. No, it wasn't him, it was Alan Watts. You need mistakes down to be able to fix things. So that's basically what I'm doing. Everything I'm doing right now, I'm just presuming. I think this point of the eye is over there. I think the nose is somewhere over here. I think I will be pleased with this distance. Okay, the eyebrow will be here. The other one needs to be a bit lower. I have the forehead. His hair will be somewhere over here. So right now, everything I'm doing is for the sake of having something to fix. We have the bushy beard, the Sergeant Beardy. His head is quite round. The biggest mass, it feels like it's here. Even though the forehead has a lot of highlight, somehow the beard puts a lot more weight on the face. So everything is like, the fuck is she doing? It's how I start, baby. Okay, I should be professional. Yeah. So at this stage, I need to make some choices, and I have a very weird way of working. I kind of adapt. I mean, somehow I work the way the. It's a school in New York. I forgot the name of it, but I kind of like to start with one area and get it kind of close to being correct, and then split around. I mean, your drawing will look weird until you're complete, let's say 85% of it. So when you go beyond 85% of a drawing, that's when things kind of clicks a little bit. Until then, it just looks weird and awful. The beginning stage is always very weird. So right now I'm just gonna look at all of this, like all of these angles. So I have the edge here. I need to look at this shape as a fish. So this is just gonna be a fish shape. I'm gonna see where the top of this angle over here is, where the bottom point of this angle is. There's one distance from here to here, from here to here, where you have this, and then from here to a presumed edge over here, that's the cheek. I have the shadow shapes here. Right now I'm just gonna cut it. That's something we also teach at school, is like cut out shadows. So basically that's what I did. Instead of like going in there and doing this, for now I'm just gonna keep it more loose and just what's the word for it? Get used to the forms that I'm seeing. So I'm looking at this angle. I need to make sure that I'm not bringing these eyes too close to each other. So right now, if this is the edge of my nose, I think I'm making the nose a little bit too big. I don't want to do it bigger than life size. So there's also another thing with portraits. You have bigger than life size and then smaller. In general, most painters will try to do the head life size because it's a little bit weird when you go in front of a painting and somehow the head feels bigger than, let's say, the natural way of seeing someone, if you guys understand what I mean. So I'm gonna try to not go too abnormal big. I'll try to keep it at some normal proportions that will feel natural for me to look at the drawing. So I think I can go, there you go, and that means that I'll have to move. So you see, right now at this stage I'm actually using my fingers to kind of like clean up my drawing, which actually works pretty well. You have a distance from here to this little shadow shape. So I'm looking at this in relationship to this. So there's so much going on right now. All the time when I start the drawing, I feel so anxious because I know the process of creating it. It's always hard. It never gets easy, but that's the nice part of it. It's always a challenge. It never gets boring. And it's a good anxiety. It's not like, oh my god, my life is ending. It's a fun process once you kind of get an idea of how to work with it. I mean, we had students that just got super angry, threw their drawings in the trash can, started crying. Oh my god, so much drama. So it's like when you go on Instagram, I know everybody's like, I'm so fortunate, I'm so happy. Ugh, talk about your bad days as well. Let people know. So things are kind of starting to look good to a certain extent. So I need to move the eye. It's true what you're saying. I mean, it's nothing wrong with doing this. Just adding a flat tone over there. You can definitely do that. It's nothing wrong with it. But if you go, for example, at the school I taught at, and you kind of start doing that, they will go like, no, you're not allowed to. You need to work with the drawing before you go into to those cut out shapes. It's kind of hard to do it with an already rendered drawing. If you do the bargs that I showed you, the shapes are usually more simplified. It's more graphical and flat rather than the picture we're doing right now. Yeah, I think bad days are the best days. I think a hard work, an unsuccessful painting, you learn more from that than successful paintings. Let me know if the music is too loud. I kind of like the music. It's a little bit nicer than the usual stuff I listen to. For example, the distance from here to here, it's huge. So I know that I need to take the forehead a bit low. So you can do something like this where you just gently add shadow shapes. It's completely fine. If that works for you, I'm not against it. It's just that I still want you to... That's good that the music is good. Hey David, welcome. I hope your commissions are going good. Now this is gonna be tricky because the nose feels really big in relationship to the whole head. I really wish I can just make this drawing look horizontal with the screen. You have it a little bit tilted. Let's see if I can move it. Just 1 second. I hope I'm not gonna bump my head in this. There you go. You see, it's like really skewed, so I need to make sure that the corners are somehow horizontal. It's still a little bit skewed, like right now this part is going inwards and this part is coming forward. So what I need to do is lower the camera a little bit. How are you, Zezzy? I'm good. I'm good, trying to fix a little bit the camera so people can see it less distorted. So this is the thing, when you take a photo of your work, it's very important for this corner here to line up with your screen corner over here. Right now we're getting a distortion here on this side. This part here is not horizontal with the edge of the screen. If you look at it like that, it's a little bit tilted like this. So then you get distortion. I had to learn all of this because I had to like take photos of my work. And I freaking hate it. It's so hard. Yeah, this is something that I'm doing for Georgia, someone on the chat. Okay, I think I can work like this. Yeah, this is a good start actually. Okay, I can actually change my charcoal to something harder. Let's see how hard this is. Yeah, this is a good one. Let's see. Image is blurred. There. This is sharp. Okay, and now I have my mold stick because I don't want to put my hand in there. So I'm gonna start with this part because this part of the eye has some edges to it. This one, I call it a floating eye. It doesn't really have edges that you can really relate to. It's kind of floating. So once I feel more comfortable with this part of the eye, I can relate points to this side of the eye, which will make it a little bit easier. Just go into the forest and find one. I mean, this is just a bamboo stick. I got this one from a former student. It's kind of like 10 years old. So you don't need to go to like those art shops and buy a, what was it, 12 euros mold stick. Just go and get a bamboo stick from a flower shop. So at this stage I feel a bit more confident that I can actually start adding those shadow shapes that you were talking about, like you weren't sure on when to do them. And everything I do right now might change. I might erase everything. So there's always a risk working in this way without having a proper drawing, but there's no time for me to really go into that. And this charcoal is really hard, but for example, this distance here is becoming too big, which is kind of good. I kind of wanted this to shrink down a little bit. So the side of the head will be, oh my god, this is such a hard charcoal. A bit better. And the thing is that there's not really a line over here. I mean, we have background and we will need to make this quite soft in relationship to the background. I mean, this kind of drawings can take around 4 hours to 5 hours. And I kind of want to do it more the academic way. So, whatever. Let's see. So I'm trying to find this abstract shape here. Eyes. Eyes are very just one little angle incorrect and then it looks like someone else. So I'm working with drawing with the lines and also shadow shapes. So I'm trying to see the simplification of, I will show you. So all of this, when I squint down at my screen, all of this will be in shadow. All of this. Oh, that's good. I mean, I would not dare to work on the paper you're working on. I'm very picky. If it doesn't work for me, I'm not gonna stress myself with materials. I don't have time for that. So I usually am very picky when I work with some people. I go like, if you don't have this specific brush, I can work with it, but don't expect me to get the same result I usually get on my work. So right now I'm squinting and I can see that this shape here, I will need to fix it. We have the eye. Just gonna darken it. This one will be a bit tricky. This goes way more down. There you go. Squinting again. So I'm just gonna be bold. Just gonna go with the value in. Squinting down, this shape needs to be thicker. If you look at this point here in relationship to this value over here, they need to drop down. They're pretty much close to each other. Yeah, I have, let's see, let me read. I see, but for me this is the best paper of the others I had, so I'll try to finish my drawing on this and buy better paper. I'm not sure. I mean, what I saw in the picture, it was the bubbly feeling to it. Maybe the paper is good. I don't know, don't get me wrong, it might work very well for you. Yeah, since I'm a right-handed, that's the best way for me to work. But I love Canson paper, it's the best paper for me. Squinting down. This picture is very soft. It's a very good photo. That's one reason I like black and white photos, old photos. Things are much more softer. It's the way we kind of see. And I usually tell people, don't rush it, don't rush it, don't rush it. So if it feels like I'm going fast, trust me, I would not want to do this fast. I will really take my time with it. But I'm leaving to Romania tomorrow, so I don't want to make this one in two live streams. So I'm like gently adding. Will you going to check your proportion before getting in shading? The thing is that I have a general idea of it. For me, this works pretty well. things will still change. Things are not completely correct. Even this eye, while I'm working on it, is not completely correct. If I wanted, I would have to stick with this stage for a longer time before I would get into the shadowing. So you're correct, Arif. It's just that I don't really have time, and I feel quite confident that I can go into this. And it's also a very soft picture. If you want to practice that, find a photo that has sharper values rather than soft values, because this is more of a higher level difficulty. Duh. Well, I will have my mobile, and who knows. Wait, I actually can't do live streaming. I'm going for a workshop, so never mind. I mean, sure, for example, I know that there's a point over there that will kind of create the eye. I think that right now I'm going a little bit too elongated with the eye. I want to find the edge of the head. It takes time. I mean, where is this point here in relationship to this one over here? So I'm looking with my eyes, and they kind of line up like this. So I need to move this point slightly to the right. And of course, I'm not sure if this point is correct, but when I look at it, it feels pretty fine. So even though I'm rendering, I'm still trying to see points. And trust me, if I want, I can easily take this away. If this was pencil, it would have taken me a long time to erase. With charcoal, it's very, very easy to take it away. It's bigger that I'm seeing it on the screen. Oh, that's good, David. It's always good. I think in my case, I'm always very sensitive when it comes to money, so I always ask for too little in comparison to what quality I'm bringing. But I'm trying to change that. I'm thinking of taking a business course and try to change a little bit that. So I feel that this is coming along pretty well. So let's just continue. Let's see, the distance from here to here in relationship to the nose, to the eye. I can erase this, well, just dim them down a little bit. I think the nose is quite of a challenge as well. So I have that little crease over there. This is becoming a bit thick, but right now there's a little bit more values in play over here, so I'm not gonna start going too deep into that. Okay, this is so far so good. I think this is too thick though. Let's see. I need to back up a bit. Yeah, okay, this is good. This is gonna be much more thinner because I can actually do see the little nostril over there. Yeah, this is a very difficult portrait to do. You really picked the hardest one, Georgie. Slovenia. Maybe you are you from Slovenia? Georgia? Because you guys kind of have the same letters, kind of. Ah! There you go. Slovenians. You guys are everywhere. I guess my streams is doing something nice, bringing people together. Now I need to look at this point in relationship to this. It's kind of coming along, so this is going to be quite low. It's much easier doing your own projects than doing a portrait. It's always such a bloody challenge with portraits. I love what Richard Schmidt said. If you see a mistake, you're welcome to come here and fix it for me. So, for example, I have this point and I need to see this relationship here. Where do they line up with each other? This is gonna be really tricky. We'll see. Just need to keep on going and hope for the best. Let's see. This point here, relationship to this. Why did my camera switch off? Okay, I think it's the battery. Just 1 second, guys. Where is my battery? Here it is. Why aren't you working? Okay, there we go. Jesus, it's warm in here. I actually am amazed that I can do this while people are looking and judging everything I'm doing. I'm sweating quite a lot right now because I'm a little bit because the thing with when you do like a portrait and it needs to look like someone else, you can't really be imaginative and really creative. It has to look like that person, otherwise what's the point? Well, maybe you just want to inspire from that portrait, then it's fine. Oh yeah, I'm going a little bit big. I always have this tendency of doing things bigger than I see them as well. Which is kind of good though. What? No, I'm from Romania. If that's what you're asking, Zezzy. Okay, this point here, this one. Okay, now I see. Ah, that's one reason it looked big. Okay. Oh. So I have this angle, then you can look at it like this. So you have this proportion here, you have this proportion, you have this distance here in relationship to this, you have let's say in smaller shapes, the distance from here to the shadow shape that's forming this, and then look at this distance from here to here is so huge in relationship to my drawing. This is a huge thing. So sometimes it's good to like check small distances than big distances. It can really help. So I need to solve this in relationship to this. It can be that this nose over here is not correct. This angle here might not be correct. So I just need to work around with what I have and be a little detective and try to solve it. Like for example, the distance from here to here is becoming really huge. So I might have made a mistake with the eye. I might need to move all of this to the right. Zezi, can you write the question again? Yeah, you know what they say, kill your darlings. I know the feeling, I have that all the time. But it does get easier, you become more confident and you're not afraid to fix things. When I was a student myself and my teacher was telling me that it's a mistake, you have to fix it, I was like arguing with my teacher, trying to convince him that what I have is correct just because I was afraid to fix things. So it's a psychological thing. We tend to be a little bit afraid of changes because we know that it's a process to fix things. That's one reason people want things very fast, which doesn't really work. And I'm talking from my own experience. I'm the same. I always want fast results. And it took a while for me to educate myself to understand that things doesn't easily come without hard work. I need to stretch a bit. I'm kind of henching a bit with my back and it hurts. And I have a weird rib that's a little bit sticking out and it kind of hurts. If you guys see me how I'm standing, you will just laugh. I'm mansplaining like crazy right now with my legs. I'm standing because I want to back away to be able to see the hole so I don't get too stuck into the drawing. I'm gonna show you a little bit, hopefully we get into the beard a bit as well. That's another rendering over there. Okay, let's see, we have this point here. This is gonna be a lot in shadow. I need to find the cheek shadow shape in here. Hey Septic, good morning. Let's see, so you have this. We will have the beard. We have this one in relationship to this. We have the beard here, the distance from here to here where the beard is. This is kind of okay-ish. At some point I realized that, yeah, let's see. Yeah, sometimes my knees hurt as well when I stand for a long period. Oh my god. Georgia, when I go to bed, my legs hurt so bad. That's one reason I don't sleep very well during the night. If I stand for like 8 hours, sometimes I just sit down, but when you get into it, you kind of forget. And David said, at some point I realized that if I don't fix that mistake, I can as well just drop the drawing into a trash can because it won't look good. Well said. Interesting. Even though I'm right-handed, I started drawing on the left. I mean, the left eye. I mean, one reason I started with this one is because I have, let's say, a closed edge line. So this is a closed line over here, is the side of the head, right? This one doesn't. This one is floating in the air. So I started with this, fixing it to a certain degree, so I can have easier time building this one. Because if I started with this and then worked on this one and then went back into this one, changed something, automatically I had to change this. It's a little bit easier, in my opinion, the way my head works, is to work with this and then with that. Whatever it happens in whatever drawing, if it's something that's floating, what I mean, Zezi, when it comes to floating, this here doesn't have, let's say that I will put it in a square, like this. Right now, this shadow shape here has an ending edge. So it's easier to relate this distance here to this distance here, you understand? This point, so I have an abstract shape. So this is like a, let's say, a closed-in subject, right? This one over here has that. I have an edge here, you know, the edge of the cheekbone. I have more shadow shapes to work with. I have the nose here that has more of a sharper side here that I can easily relate, like for example, this point here in relationship to this. And again, with this one, it's not the same. This one is a bit more tricky because you don't really have things to really relate it to. Vegard, trust me, we all have those drawings that will always take us back. Like for example, my best drawing that people find the best is the Noble Woman that a friend of mine from Romania bought. Like she really wanted that drawing. And everybody, when they see that drawing, they say that it's the best you've ever done. And I'm like, try not to think about it. Try not to think about it because you just want to recreate it. No, this is just for George Dimitrovic. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it well. He started doing this as a study, so I just wanted to draw it again for him so he can just visualize a little bit a different process maybe, so he can mimic it, or just maybe something will click for him while looking at this. Use a screen. Just use a screen. Seriously. You should actually see I move my screen everywhere. And then I just use the tablet. So, like when I work on the big, when I did the horses, I had the little tablet. No worries. Talking. All the time freaking talking. Can I just shut up for once? Nope. Let's see what happens if I actually don't add a background. Have you ever heard problems with tendonitis in your wrist? Oh! Theo, drawing on horizontal or vertical surface have any effect on... Right now this is on an easel. So I'm seeing my drawing straight forward. If you draw on a table, be careful not to skew your drawing. Because that happened to me. Vegard... Yes, I had huge problems with my left because of holding the palette. So in the end, I think you were on the stream when I said that I got this palette from America. My friend bought it for me because I couldn't really afford it. It was around $110. And I actually skipped it and then my friend just bought it for me. I still use that palette. I treasure it like crazy. Like it feels like brand new. That's how much I try to keep it safe. With this one, I had some issues, but weirdly enough, not as much as in here, but the muscle, because when I work, you saw I have like, it goes really fast, so I haven't worked out in a long time, so I will actually feel pains in my muscles. So the thing is that the charcoal I'm using is... Yeah, it's Vine Charcoal. This is the brand. This is called Grumbachen. If you're in Europe, you can get it via Amazon, but just be careful from where you buy it. I ordered this from, it's called Dick Blick. Sounds weird, but yes, Dick Blick. They sometimes send to Europe, but they're very hard to reach. They're very hard to convince that you actually want to buy them, because when you buy, it's best to buy a chunk, like save up $50 because, you know, it costs to bring something from Europe, from America. I know, this is the only charcoal that works for me. I cannot work with anything else. I hate soft charcoal. I'm not a big fan of Nitrom. I have hard times with Nitrom. It's what it is. It was easier. When I started school, we had a charcoal guy. We actually called him the charcoal guy. So he was coming to school and selling this for us. And then all of a sudden he disappeared. I was desperate. Started using Nitrom, and I remember I was so utterly stressed until we actually found a way to order them from USA to Europe. So I guess I'm a little bit old-fashioned. I stick with things that works for me. I don't like doing other stuff that doesn't work. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he was a bit sketchy, to be honest. But he was the charcoal guy. He was bringing us the materials. So well, if you did buy 5, you paid for 4. So that was great. I have no idea where the fuck he was getting them from. I really wanted to ask him, but he was very hard to talk to. So, whatever. Do I want to use background? Let's see. Okay, the distance from here to here feels a little bit big. The angle of this mustache needs to go up a little bit. Let's just exaggerate the angle a little bit so I can see it better. I think so far so good. This needs to go in a little bit. A little bit, well, quite a lot actually. Mustache guy. And this is Canson paper. I love this paper. I love you, Canson. The best ever. Charcoal knob. Hey, kid. Psst, psst, kid. Yeah, you. I heard you want some Grumbachen charcoal. I got the best kind over here. And you see like this dude in a shady area with, you know, with his black jacket or not jacket, you know, like those kind of long jacket, and just open it a little bit and just showing you his gear. Yeah. Oh, the memories I have from school. It's really fun. It's really expensive, this type of schools, but damn it, I wish everybody could enjoy what I had. But it wasn't easy. I remember my father was threatening me so many times that he will just stop sending me funds, that I'm spoiled, and I remember crying to my teachers that I might not be able to do the school and maybe I should get a job. I wasn't speaking Swedish. Oh my lord. So it wasn't always like fun times. It was quite stressful, and I built up a lot of tension and PTSD because of that, because it's like kind of takes you back to it. So when you look on Instagram and you see people going like, I'm so fortunate and so happy, there's more than they're saying. It's not always easy. And sometimes it's kind of easy to forget the hardship of what you've been through. And I'm one of those people that sounds very negative, but I just want to tell people so they won't have high expectations. They won't feel like, yeah, this is the wonder of the world. We are all human, so we will have our ups and downs. It's not always gonna be, you know, joyful. And I think those periods are more important than you always being happy, because it teaches you more than if you're always lying to yourself. Because, you know, people do lie to themselves to make themselves feel better. How I convinced my father? Jesus Christ. I promised him that I'll get a job. He's still asking me, so I kind of lied. I had no choice. I feel bad. That's one reason I really want this to work. And finally I'm getting this commission, so all the time when my father calls me, so how's it going? I'm like, yeah, I have commissions, you know, it's super great. I'm like fully booked. I barely have time to breathe. And, you know, to kind of create the artwork takes a long time. So my father is quite successful. He has been a policeman and has a beautiful pension, has a big house. So he worked really hard for what he's having, and he told me stories of how he was treated at the police academy and stuff like that. So he had it rough. But even though he was always very strict, you know, my father grew up in the communistic regime. It wasn't easy. He was supposed to kind of die when the revolution happened. And I remember when I was a kid, because I was born during that time, someone knocked at the door and my dad was ready with a gun just in case, because he was working for the police. So it's really rough when you think about it. So I did what I could, and even though my dad doesn't understand what I'm doing, like I barely talk about art with my dad, I know he's very proud. And even though he was taught in a certain way, in comparison to us being fucking spoiled like crazy in comparison to some of our parents, he's happy for me. So yeah, I mean, he's a funny guy. It's just that sometimes, you know, living in that type of regime, you have to be ready for the worst. Like the things that my father saw. I remember once we had to go to an accident because he was working as a policeman for traffic accidents. My God, I saw the body. It was horrible. And I remember asking my dad, how do you feel when you always see this? And he's like, well, you kind of become desensitized. But at the beginning I puked a lot. And he's terrified. He doesn't like being cut. Like if he cuts himself and blood comes out, he shakes and almost faints. So he has created a certain... Oh, hey Alice, welcome. We're talking about my father. I mean, you guys need to know how the trip of becoming an artist has been for me. So when he was getting angry with me, he was threatening that he will stop sending me funds and come and pick me up from Sweden and get me a proper job. And God, I remember once I hung up the phone for him because he just started screaming and telling me that I'm spoiled and almost close to swearing me. So that was really harsh. But it happened. Okay, I need to move all of this eye. Shit. Okay, so if this is the nose... So I have the nose here. I might have to move all the eye. Is it? Let's see. Nose. Point. And this is too thick here. Ah, let's see. Ah, how is that going for him? As the artist of the family and then a police dad. Yeah, it's a tricky one, Georgia. I mean, it's not easy. It's something with this. So you have the side of the nose, then you have this width with this length, and then this one also has a specific form to it. So you have a point that kind of goes in here. So right now what I'm trying to find out is where is this point here in relationship to the teardrop over here. So I need to drop it down and move it towards the right side. This might actually work, but you see right now it looks really big. It's because I'm trying to move it. Parents always want a secure way of living for children. Yep. Yes, everything is off. Everything is off. What I'm trying to do right now is place everything proportionally correct to each other. And then comes the fun part where you kind of zoom in and you just work with one abstract shape until it looks like the eye that you're actually drawing. So it's like Vegard was asking at the point, are you going to work more with the proportions? Yeah, I'm still working. So everything right now is sacrificable for the sake of fixing the drawing. But one reason my dad went with it is also because of my mom. So yeah, I got stories to tell. Maybe I should write a book about it.
Music for me was never just about which DJ played my song or which label was cool. It's always been much more than that. Music has touched generations, liberated cultures, made people fall in love, made people cry. It's true emotion.
My artist brother works in advertising for a brand of liquor, so they still have something to talk about. Booze. Good cop, bad cop. Yeah. I mean, even though he works in the, you know, like in a commercial, that actually is much safer than doing fine art. With fine art, you're always gambling a little bit. Oh yeah, Georgia, this portrait. Can I send you something slightly easier for you to draw, because this is just insanely hard. Well, I think everything is hard. Sometimes the hardest drawing is the easiest to do, so. Okay, this is looking a bit better. I need to stretch my legs again. Ow, 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 ow. Jesus Christ, this hurts. Gotta work on my easel next time, because I'm working on my table easel right now. Doesn't really work. Okay, let's fix the ear, because I think once I get, you can see, like, if I do this, the eyes are pretty much working. So right now I just need to fix the ear. And there's some things right now, like for example, his eye is too open, but we are gonna go within these shapes and fix them. Right now, proportionally, I'm very pleased with this. This is actually working. Sounds weird because it looks like, the fuck is she doing? But this is good. So right now I'm looking at the eye, and I'm looking to see how many times the eye goes within this shape. And I think it's one time and a little bit. So I might need to presumably move this one out. The distance from here to here needs to be a bit bigger, but right now the eyebrow is really big. Like if you look at the distance from here to here in relationship to this part, this is really big. It's really big even in relationship to the eye. So I need to drop it down. I think you will start with pencil. Pencil and then charcoal. Because right now what you're working on is just making your eye more sensitive to shapes. That's everything you're gonna do. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be artistic. Fuck that shit. You just wanna see the shapes as fast as you can when you work. And you want to make it feel supernatural, that you don't even think too much, you just go with the flow. That's basically what you want. Yeah, looks like him already. Mine is similar, but something is not working. I'll keep working. Yeah. I mean, if it goes, you know, if it just goes too long, you can just leave that one. We can look and see where you can buy the cancel paper to bring it to Slovenia. Maybe you can talk to David. I'm not sure if you guys are very close, so you guys can just cooperate and buy things together if you feel like it, because it will always be cheaper if you buy together, because the border, you know, when they come through, you pay a fee for bringing them within the country. So it will be much more beneficial. I've done that a lot with my colleagues. We were all buying together and just chipping in, and it was way more cheaper. Yeah, you can look at the drawing in the, oh my god, in the mirror, or you can use a mobile, because our mobiles are the best mirrors. Because for example, you can actually almost see me. So basically with the mobile, you see it's also a bit darkened, which is good because it kind of simplifies the shapes a little bit. So what I do, I just look, so if this is my face, I just look like this from my mobile. So I look at my shape and flipping it horizontally, which works really well. No photos, don't take photos. I've learned this the hard way. It's fun taking photos of your work, but then if you're in love with that process and then you continue and then you fuck it up, you will have hard times fixing the drawing. It's your choice, you can do it, but I've learned it the hard way. So just be careful. You can do what Vegard is also telling you, but if you take a photo of your work, you need to be very good at it. Because if you skew your drawing just a little bit, the corrections you will do in Photoshop will be awful. It will not help you, it will just confuse you. So I'll be very extra careful doing that. I know what you're saying, Vegard, but it's always very... you're risking a lot if you don't take a good photo of your drawing without skewing it. Just be careful. Okay, let's see. So I have the cheekbone, I have this shape in here. Okay, his bushy beard. And then somewhere over here is gonna be the neck. And then the ear will be somewhere over here. Comes out. It's very angular. My god, god damn my legs. Good workout, good workout. I can go and do gymnastics now. I'm actually gonna time-lapse this video and post it on YouTube today after we're done with it, so you guys can see in a faster pace what's happening. Oh, we have someone on Twitch. A Sinatra everything. You know, the YouTube channel is a little bit more alive. I usually do that when someone is on Twitch. I just tell them to go on YouTube. If you don't want to be all alone, because Twitch doesn't always get a lot of fun conversations. It's quite dead for me, Twitch. I don't even know why I'm still having it. Yeah, you can follow that link. That person is pretty much my, how do you call it in English? My manager. He manages everything for me when I live stream. Good work, David. Good work. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, cool. I'm actually pretty pleased with this drawing. Moderator, yep. So at this stage, I feel like I can zoom in and have fun with it and kind of render it. There's still mistakes, but proportionally I'm pretty pleased with it. Things will change depending on what I cut, shapes, millimeters, volumes, angles, and all of that stuff. So let's see if I should zoom in. Let's see if it's worth it. Let's see if this 100 buckaroonies program actually was worth it. Yeah, pretty much works. Perfect, I don't have to play with the lenses. So we're gonna work on this eye. Let's see if I can zoom in with the picture. Can my nose stop being in the fucking image? I hate my nose. Come on. Come on, Sergeant. Stop being such a bastard. So we're gonna work on that eye. Have you considered outsourcing your digital marketing to avoid the distraction of digital media? Outsourcing your digital marketing to avoid distraction of digital media. I never thought thought about it. I kind of don't care. I mean, you know that I'm doing this screen prints. People are very excited just because I'm doing it traditionally, analog. And I think that's one reason people got so excited when I got my name onto that site. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay, this is the sharpest I can go. Okay, let's draw the eyes. Let's see if I will fuck it up. It's a good stage that the drawing is at. So this is where I'm actually gonna start pushing on the charcoal a little bit and even using chalk. Oh, this charcoal is too hard. Let's see if this one is good. Too hard. This is a good one. Woo. George, you see what I do with the eraser? Think. See, very tiny. And then I can just go in there and gently fix the shape. Because I think you were saying something about soft erasers. It's really good. You just hold it and you like squish it. And you make a pointy little thing. You will get used to it. You will love it. So right now I have so many things I can pick from this photo. And imagine if you're doing this from life. I've done from life and the challenge is really there. Somehow it's more fun though. I know it's hard to be precise, but it's a good tool. I think you will learn the more you use it. With graphite? Oh yeah, it's great. I use it a lot in graphite as well. I know that I will be working on my commissions and the dude that commissioned me. So I'm doing Total Recall. So I was like, can I live stream this since I need to keep live stream going? And he was like, yeah, sure. I think that can be fun for people to see what the fuck you're doing. I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. And instead of buying those freaking expensive stumps, oh, the toilet paper. Yeah, let's make some fire. Burn this shit down to the ground. So I want to soften that. Oh yeah, it gets ridiculous with charcoal. Like the more you work, like the most finished drawings I've ever had, I spent like 2 weeks on them. I could spend like 3 days just on one eye to get it like, yeah, that's what I want. So I still want this to look like a drawing. I don't really want to make it look like the picture, but it needs to look like him, so I need to make some artistic choices. I'm squinting down at the photo right now, because I don't want to draw everything the photo is showing me. I want to make some of my choices to make it feel like I'm drawing it from life. Oh, Sergeant, if you only were alive so you can teach me. So I can teach these dudes afterwards. Why did you have to die? Stomp blur tool. Not blur tool. There's another tool in Photoshop that's great. I forgot the name of it. That kind of smudges. It's great. What's the name of it? Is it called a blur? It's like a smudge tool from where the brush tool is. It's great. It's a smudge tool. Okay. Well, I can't really disagree because I'm pretty bad with names, so I'm not gonna say anything. Sometimes I do this, I sacrifice a little bit of the drawing just to make sure that I get that thing that I like getting with my charcoal. This charcoal is a bit too soft. Excuse me. I'm just gonna use it to a certain degree and then stop. Such bushy eyebrows. Oh, god damn it, I forgot to upload the videos again. Oh! Someone wrote on Twitch. Sinatra, do you use pencil or charcoal? And Jib Boy, hi! I don't know if Twitch is any good for drawing. I saw that Bob Ross is there. So I'm still streaming to Twitch, though I mainly use YouTube. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty cool. Let's change. No, wait, not yet. Not yet. Mixer brush! Mixer brush, that's the one I use. Thank you, David. And I love the sound of charcoal. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's like a certain squeakiness. The sound makes me feel so alive. Let's see if I can not use background. I would like to just have the white of the paper. We actually do this with our students. We force them not to use the background. It's good to use because it gives, you know, more air around it. But yeah. I've never used graphite powder. That's a very interesting technique, Sinatra. I would love to do that. I've seen some people drawing that way. Yeah, the sound of charcoal is really relaxing. I'm talking with two chats. Do I draw the eye that is all covered in dark shadows, or do I draw the shapes in shadows and then... Yes! You can combine the two. I usually like squinting just so I can see the general value tone, and then I kind of play and bring back some brighter tones and so on. So let's be less stupid and just go for it. So right now I'm squinting at the image, and I can see that I can go quite flat in here. I think that's what Sargent was always doing. He was always squinting at his image, at the portraits he was doing. That's one reason he was always getting this. Okay, so I'm not going full dark. You saw that I had like a general tone and then I pushed. So I can still make some choices on where I'm going pure black and where I'm playing with the middle tone value before I go either brighter or darker with it. So there's always choices that you can do. Some people despise charcoal. Some people doesn't even want to work with it. And I understand why. It's always it's never a very easy medium to use. Mostly if it's expensive for you to buy it. Yeah, because you printed out the picture, I know. Racist! I know, I'm such a cunt. Jesus Christ, can that mobile shut the fuck up? I think those are my friends spamming me. Yes, I have friends. Not only you guys. People I've never seen their faces. So hilarious with this internet. Let's see, I need to check Twitch as well. I usually use to cover a large area quicker and easier and without getting those pesky lines and overlaps all over your background. That's another thing with pencil. I think pencil takes way longer time than charcoal. Hey, Wilker. Welcome, welcome. Let's see what Georgia said. I see a very faint shape in the outer corner of the eye. Do I draw it or leave it in the dark? Is this an artistic choice? I think so. As long as you make the drawing look like him, even if you're not making, you know, all the details, because that's the thing, when you work from photos, you have to make some choices to not make it feel like you're working from a photo, which is very hard. Like I'm talking with someone on Twitch that does hyper-realistic paintings, portraits, so there's always choices you can do. What do you like doing? It's okay if you want to draw everything, if that's what you want. But I've always been very obsessed over the simplicity and looseness of materials. So I'm always after that. I need better toilet paper. Oh, looky guys, looky what I got. I got Trump toilet paper from my friend Kirsty. Well, she bought it for my boyfriend just to make sure that he wipes his ass good. I had to show this. I'm not gonna open up his package though. I'm just gonna get some paper from here. I can't believe how much people hate Trump that they actually did toilet paper that it has its face on it. It's hilarious. Jesus, such a phobia. Ah, you know what else works really well with charcoal? A brush. I sometimes paint with a brush. It takes off the charcoal really fast, but it can be quite beneficial if you want to like clean up a surface and bring back some shadows. Yeah, he pretty much made millions, I think, with the toilet Trump thing. Can you sue someone if they do this with you? Isn't that like, let's say, offensive to do? To take someone's face and just do that? I think you can sue them. I mean, people are obsessed with Facebook taking over their lives. I mean, Trump can actually sue this person if he wants to. I would not want that. Someone making toilet paper of my face and wiping their ass with it. Sinatra, you should actually join YouTube. I think you will have fun. People are talking a lot about stuff with the Trump paper thing. Ah, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, if Article 13, maybe that's one reason politician wants Article 13 to come out, so people won't wipe their ass, you know, their ass with their face. I don't like the fact that people hate me. Why do people hate me? I'm trying to build a wall. I understand why he's frustrated with all of this illegal immigration. I mean, I'm a fucking immigrant myself, but I didn't came here illegally in Sweden. But, people. Whatever. I'm not gonna talk about politics. Fuck that shit. See you soon, Sinatra. We're gonna get someone else from YouTube joining our funsies. So you see, David, I'm still going darker in some areas, so I think you just need to find a balance and have an idea of what will happen. And this will come with a lot of error and success. Once you kind of get an idea of how it works, I think it will just come to you. Oh yeah, I always like using my middle finger when I do this. I don't know why. Damn, this music. I really don't want to fly. I'm afraid of flying. I think this is one reason I was so nervous today and yesterday. I need to fix the eyelid. Hey Jacob. That reminded me like a StarCraft thing. I have returned. Ah, good old StarCraft. Freaking hate the Zergs. I think I might need to move the eye a bit. Because right now he's not really looking at us, he's looking more in the under. Oh, it's Sinatra! Jacob Briggs, that's your name. Better than all Sinatra everything. I like the name Jacob a lot. When I make a character in a role-playing game, I usually use that name. But it's always freaking taken depending on where you're playing. I need to move the white as well. Okay, that's a bit better. Okay, I think I would like to continue to other parts as well. I will still need to go back into the eye, but it's pretty this decent. Excuse me, I just ate. Well, I ate some time ago. I'm from Romania. You? It's lining up correctly. The angle is pretty good.
And there's something about the way I feel like I'm hypnotized when you enter my space. World at a place. I can't help it, I can't get out. I can't take it, I need you now. I can't hold it, I gotta shout. But I want you to say it loud. I can't help it, I can't.
Yeah? It's still from that non-copy music, right, site. So many nice artists that just permits you to use their their music. Because it's a paying site, so I think the artist gets royalties, I think. Ha ha. Nelson? What? Ah, I know. It's annoying that it broke. Ah, you're the second person I know that is from Russia but moved to USA, to the land of freedom.
You ever loved your man so much, but you just couldn't find the right words to say?
Damn, this song.
You definitely know you need him. So why not just come out and say it?
I need a man.
Sing it with me. Here we go.
Okay, let's draw the nose a bit. Okay, this little point here, it's pretty well placed in relationship to the upper part. There's some things in here that haven't gotten yet. This needs to be a little bit more rounded. Like this. Yep. Rounded and also a little bit more soft. Do you ever use the broad side of the charcoal to shade? Nah, I don't. Nope, I don't. I'm a weirdo, I know. Because it feels a little bit more like pencil when I do it this way. Alice, are you babysitting? God damn, this thing's just, the charcoal is still so soft. Such a gentle, faint charcoal. It's not easy to work with charcoal, but it's fun. I want to get this nice soft little edge here on this side. Let's see. Is that the Sara thing or just I think, I mean, I have been taught at the Sara Academy, so I think I got it from there. I do use that. I do sometimes just take a soft piece like this. I'm not sure if this is too hard. And, you know, just go into it if I want to have more of a... We can play with it. After we're done, we can go a little bit more artistic with it. But that wasn't really my goal. I just felt like doing this for George. No, this is John Singer Sargent. This is something that Georgia was working on, and I felt like I should actually try to draw it live stream. Since I kind of want to do online teaching, and I wasn't sure how to do it to actually help people, because art is a visual language. You can't just go blah 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 blah. You kind of need to draw it so people will actually know that you're not full of shit and that you can actually draw. So, me. So basically, Georgia right now is my little lab mouse. We're trying to figure out if this will actually work. See you later, Jacob. Have fun. Have a good one. It's nice meeting you, for sure. Just drawing the, you know, I've noticed, Georgia, in your drawing, you didn't have this little lump over there. So I'm trying to add it. Okay, let's use some chalk now. This will actually give me more values to work with. I should have done this a little bit earlier. Oh, I remember when I was in school and my teacher, Hans, was like, add chalk. Oh, but I'm not ready. And then he took my chalk and just did this. And then he was like, what do you see? I fucked up the values. Well, fix it. So, good times, good times. What's with all of the love songs? I don't want your love. Do you want your man? Tell your man you love him. Oh, I love my man. Brings money in the house. Hello, Seattle. We are doing John Singer Sargent for someone here on the live stream that started drawing it at home. So it's always nice to see a little bit of a different process than what you're used to. Right now we're very zoomed in, just so you know. Gonna try to get that eye in a little bit. Yeah, Hans was always my favorite teacher. He was always very... He kind of knew that I could take it because maybe I'm Romanian, so all the time when I was complaining, he was like, I don't care. Not I don't care. He was very gentle as well, but he was like, you can do it. Either you cry over it, or you get together and you just fix your drawing. It's not gonna be fixed itself, Theo. And I'm like, I had to like fix it and all that stuff. The thing with an atelier, David, I mean, in Sweden, Swedish people can actually take student loans for them to actually go and do their studies. So it is a good thing about paying those delicious taxes, because people can take loans and do studies and get social help and stuff like that. I've been looking a little bit more into taxes because I think it's ridiculous for me to pay 75% almost taxes. So I'm gonna go to an accountant and figure it out. Henrik also looked into it, so it's a little bit more different than I thought. It's not as bad. So I'm gonna stop complaining and read a little bit more and ask my Swedish friends to actually translate things and help me out. And I heard that Seattle is very similar to Stockholm. My boyfriend was there in Seattle and he said that if we ever move to USA, it has to be Seattle. Make your own? Oh, like that. You can do it if you want to. There's so many ways of doing this online. There's so many courses and people on YouTube that just explains it. You just need to follow the process. And maybe if you take photos good enough, you can do what Vegard said. You just take a photo very good in Photoshop of your work. You put it in Photoshop and you kind of check what mistakes you have. And then you work around that. It is getting easier and easier, you know. I know so many people that has learned on their own. They didn't even go to a school. And they're fantastic artists. Okay, let's zoom out and draw the other eye. First, some water. I'm doing it. Started with Bark. Theo promised fame and glory if I did it. I don't remember making such foolish promises. Let's work on this eye now. I wish I can just... I'm just gonna make this picture a little bit small. There you go. And there. So. Well, that's one reason I have this stream and a Discord. So I can bring people together and then they can sponsor me afterwards. Nah, I'll be fine with my commissions. Oh, this charcoal is bad. Ugh. Rob's hands. Ah, I wonder sometimes if you really are Norwegian. You act so different than most Norwegian people I've met.
Makes you move. Makes you feel
Giant Piss Lord. No. Giant. Yeah, Giant Piss Lord. I love Twitch names, they're the best. We're drawing John Singer Sargent. You should check up his work if you don't know who I'm talking about. It's so fun to see how my camera sharpens things a lot because it's zoomed in a little bit. I see it much more softer than how the camera sees it. Yeah, I mean, I've seen paintings of his self-portrait, but this is a drawing that someone on the, that's been following my stream has been working on. So I feel like I should draw it so people can actually kind of relate if they ever do it on their own. Since art is such a visual language, I think it's important for people to see rather than hearing. And then you might need to draw that edge more soft. And then if you do it soft, it's gonna look better. It's like, bitch, can you show me? I don't want to hear your voice all the time. Jesus, my mobile has been going a bit crazy. I need to freaking check. Okay, it's not that important. Can I speak like that? Okay. So, now, we need to make this shadow much softer. You see? Like this. Don't push too hard because you don't want to rip the paper apart. And then, you will see that there's 1 point here and 1 point over there. So, what you're gonna try and do is separate them a little bit and create more of an angle. That's gonna make the nose feel more like his. Kill it! Yes. No, I can't talk like that. It's a little bit retarded. But cute. I kind of like it. I used to watch, and I still do watch a lot of cartoons, so when I was little, I was watching with my brother Cartoon Network, and you had like cartoons like Birdman, and do you guys know Cartoon Network? Like Johnny Bravo, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls, like Dexter's Laboratory. God, the amount of cartoons back then were so good. I love Dee Dee. That's all you can say, that's all you can say. Ooh. Hi, dear brother. What did you got there? Nothing, nothing. You only see air. Don't be silly. I love you very much. Dum, 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 dum. Oops. I guess I shouldn't touch. Ah, man. Those were the days. Sexy mama. Johnny B. Oh man, I love Johnny Bravo. You can't make those cartoons anymore without offending women nowadays, so so sad, so sad. But they don't look at Johnny Bravo, you know. I think it was so sad that he was so attached to his mama. He couldn't really have his own life for such a big boy. And then, sorry. Omelette du fromage. Oh, Dexter, that's the language of love. Say it again. Omelette du fromage. Oh. I love it, love it, love it. So good. Oh yeah, I was supposed to draw the next eye. What happened to my music? Let's change the music while you guys see my eye. Brr, brr. Come on, load, load. What should we listen to? Let's do this genre electronic. Let's put some electronic on. Beep, 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 beep. There. Yeah, I used a bit, but I'm gonna use more within the lights. So we're getting there. Hold your horses. Gorgorod. Yeah. You guys need to see the artist. A female artist trying to beat the hierarchy. Going up the scale, make men suffer. No, I said I will not talk about that. Shut up. Shut up. It's funny, but this is live stream. You're supposed to be professional. And always it's very tricky to draw this eye on this side. Yeah, a giant piss lord. I'm on YouTube, and the chat is more live on YouTube. So if you can join on YouTube, that would be great. Zezi, I saw a lot of things when I started this drawing. So you can follow Jelenovsky's link that goes to my YouTube. He's kind of like my administrator, so he keeps people coming to the YouTube just in case they get lost on Twitch. I'm everywhere. Zezi, I'm not even real. I'm just an artificial intelligence trying to make tests to see if the government can control humanity. This is not real. This is something that you guys presume is real. Skynet will happen. Humanity will perish. Jesus. Can you just imagine if that will actually happen? Like, we presume that that someone that we're following is real, but it's just the government trying to find ways to brainwash us so we can just do what they want. Because, you know, most politicians are psychopaths. That would be hilarious. But then we would go like, I'll be back. Come with me if you want to live. I'm the Terminator. See you at the party, Richter. So that's gonna be hilarious. Yes! It's true. Telling you, giant piss lord. I know what you're doing and the homework you presumably have. Yeah, very optimistic about the future. Why do all AI hate humanity? Well, why do people hate humanity? I mean, look at most people. Everybody goes like, oh, people suck. I hate people. They're destroying the planet. They're not vegan enough. They're not treating other culture good enough. We're just very egoistic. I mean, I'm full of shit, at least I admit it. But some people think that they know everything. So I presume that the AI will feel threatened by us, and it will try to put us in a cage like we do with animals in zoo, to make sure that we don't disappear, but they can actually control us and look at us. Yes. Or maybe. Why do you guys think AI might hate us? What's your theory on that? Let's act all mature and super intelligent like everybody on the internet. Let's talk. Talk to me. Tell Mama Teo what you think about this world. Vegard, I really want to hear your opinion. I think we will become friends. With the AI? I don't know. People are so unpredictable. I think AIs will be more logical, and I think that they will feel threatened because they will not know exactly what we're really thinking. Because we lie more than we think, and the AI will know that we might say things that will benefit us rather than benefiting the whole. Even though we see so many of the people on the internet, oh, let's fight all together, but then they go out, party, and they make a big mess out of the event. So the AI will look at that. They will judge us when they have the chance to read about us. So again, that's what I presume. I mean, why do people prefer dogs? Let's see what Vegar said. I was looking up to that. I will be the first to kiss their metal feet. Ah, you fucking traitor. God damn it, no wonder Sweden is the best. You guys are chickens. Don't worry, Sweden will help you. We will make sure that you get the cheese. So you won't starve. Yeah, they will know everything, I guess. But I mean, I kind of find it logically because sometimes when I look at people, I just want to go away. I want to be surrounded by as little people as possible because most of them I do not know, and most of them feel when I meet them very superficial. That's one reason I feel like I'm very special. I never ever found my place in society. Brr. Special little snowflake I are. So that's what I'm presuming. Yes. I think those will become the ultimate robots. The ultimate AI for Norwegian people. I don't know, dudes. I'm full of shit, I told you. I presume a lot of things, but I might be completely wrong. They might become biz buds. I kind of hope for that, don't get me wrong. But what scares me the most is that, let's presume that an AI will get really attached of a certain human. And then it will take our mind and make us immortal. What do you guys think about immortality? Would you like to live forever? Yeah, but listen to this. Okay, my cat. She can't really do what she wants. So I'm controlling her. So there's a difference. Even when they live at a garden, they depend on my shelter. So they still need to do my bidding. Let's just say it like in a harsher way. So that's how I see it. Immortality, Zezi, like live forever. There's nothing wrong with control, but it depends what type of control you want to have. That's one reason, like for example, people think that communism is a great thing. It was a lot of control. But sometimes over-controlling things can create a little bit of chaos because people are very conscious, so you can't really control them in that way. Only if you know how to really manipulate their minds. And presumably, it's already happening with the mass media and all that shit. Bye, 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 Pokemon! You know, like look at South Park, they're pretty much doing it right. Cancel South Park, hashtag. God, do I sound like I'm full of shit? I do, don't I? Oh, Teo, you should actually talk about this more. You should become a scientist because you know so much. No. I think so too. I mean, I'm not sure how I will feel if someone took my mind. I mean, I know me as an original, I will die. So even if you're transferring my consciousness to a machine, I, the original, will be dead. So it's not like you're gonna live forever, because you have to do a certain sacrifice to create those zeros and ones. There's a very good book that I actually read called I Am Bob. No, We Are Legion, We Are Bob. And that's where it kind of kicked me really hard, realizing that, you know, everybody's so obsessed over putting your mind in this superficial thing and live forever. Yeah, but you as the original, you will die, because your brain is biological. There's always a sacrifice when you alter a certain file. You change the creation of that file, let's say it in that way. Oh my god, this chat is going crazy. Are you saying immortal as in living in a virtual world as pure mind? Theo, what makes you human? What do you know you are not a biological robot? Emotions occur based on how our bodies and minds react in any given moment. It just happened. It's not some algorithm. Good questions. Good questions. I mean, when we think about robot, everybody goes like, oh, robot has no soul. I mean, we can't really say what the soul is. We can presume what the soul is. I can't really say for sure, because I'm not really a scientist to really give my opinions on this, but I can presume based on what I've noticed about life. I mean, anxiety, stress, happiness, can those really be put in like an electronic kind of thing? Because that's something that comes from our body. For example, when you have a fucking orgasm, seriously, how the hell do you explain that to a robot? Oh, you feel like a very deep heat, get it, her. So how do you explain that, huh? Well, the neurons, I don't know. This is a cool conversation. I'm loving this. I mean, the thing is that if this is what I think it's true. Have you guys played Soma? It's the same creators that did Amnesia. Play that game and maybe that will give you an idea of what I mean by you will never be original. You're just translating a certain code that is presumably you to another place, let's just say. God, this is so cool, like, if you think about it. It's so fucking scary, but at the same time interesting. The premise, Hashem, why would not conserve you? Well, me, like you said it, I will still live on. But me as the original, my biological brain, it will die off. I will still die for the sake of creating those zeros and ones. Because my consciousness is put into a different thing. Only, presumably, we can find a way to preserve the human brain, to not decompose. That can actually keep me as me, the original. Oh. Oh, there's a movie with Keanu Reeves. I forgot the name of it. They actually kind of show that kind of idea of what you just wrote, Photomato. I forgot the name of it. I mean, you don't need to buy it. I'm just presuming a lot of things right now. I can agree with you. I can disagree with myself because, again, this is not really a tested theory. I'm sure that there's some kind of psychopath in a weird apartment stealing kids off the street and doing tests on them just to see what happens. So, let's not go there. I mean, I would love to live forever if I can just explore the universe. If I can do that, I will become like the Reapers. I will just go from galaxy to galaxy and destroy everything because that's the only way to freshen up and make new starts. Chaos. Yeah, that's the one, Vegard. Okay, do you remember the name of the movie? What? Alice? Are you saying that I'm stupid? That's it, I'm gonna kick you off the stream. I felt so triggered. Meh. I think this is fun to talk about this stuff. Hey Daniel, good morning. Oh, Georgia, I think you will love to talk to my friend Frank and Miles. They're so into this stuff. Until we explore the universe, I really hope we're gonna explore the deeps a little bit more, because we really don't know much about it. I just saw Aquaman and I just wanted to kill myself. Why do people think it's such a good movie? Jesus Christ. People have no idea what a good movie is nowadays. Like all the cheesy poses, like they were really trying to make the poses feel like, ooh. I'll need to make the bushy eyebrows. Hey, how are you? I actually went on Discord and I kind of see that you're always offline. I don't really get to talk to you. I've also been very busy. All good? I'm talking to Yog, just so you guys know. But have you guys noticed that they're making a lot of this type of movies, like Ex Machinima? Ex Machinima. Ugh. Aquaman. Now Aquaman was horrible. Jesus Christ. And they were saying that, oh, it's actually good. I'm like, I'm dying. Deep inside, I'm dying. Oh, Interstellar was amazing. I mean, I think it's a little bit ridiculous and too, let's say, not fantasy, but I don't know. We're talking about theories and whatever real proofs. I mean, that movie was just ridiculous, but I just love the philosophy behind it. By the way, Georgia, when it comes to eyebrows, this takes time as well. I don't think I will really have time to really do it super perfect, since it's already 5 o'clock. So I'm just gonna try and get the shaping correctly and simplify it. No, I mean, yeah. Thank you. I will take a photo of this one when we're done to make sure that it's not skewed or anything. I will zoom out pretty soon. I'm just trying to fix it a little bit. What assignment? Wait, what's happening? Assignment? Oh, I haven't seen it. I saw one picture on Instagram. I don't remember who it was that did it. That was super cute. I don't remember. I actually gave an assignment. Ha! That's cool. I actually forgot that I did that. Did you do it, Daniel? Oh, an apple painting. I would love to see it. And then I'll judge everything. I'll be like a douchebag. I think this charcoal is very soft for what I want. Oh, God. Yeah, the Canson paper is great. I love it. I'm actually gonna zoom out and just try to... Because I think you guys kind of got the idea of what has happened in here. Whoop. Just 1 second, you're gonna see my face again. Boo. Stinky face. Let's zoom in, make sure that this is sharp enough. Boom. Fuck off. There. So, is it good? No, it's not. A little bit more too. Ah, this is good. There. Ah! You posted. Yeah, I think I heard my mobile. Yog, you can't draw like me. Again, I worked 10 fucking years of my life and more to be able to do this. Sounded so aggressive. Ryza, just do whatever you want. I'm not saying that you should do it, but a round shape. It just needs to be something round. That's it. Thank you. I mean, okay, let's make you guys feel happy. You want to feel happy? I will show you guys something so you can feel a little bit more happy about yourself. I want to show you guys how shit I used to be. Are you guys ready? You want to see it? Huh? Oh, look. Oh, look at that rendering. Wait, it's coming. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Shit. Bitch, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Eh? So this is me 10 years ago. A little bit more. And this is what I can do now. So what do you guys think, huh? It's interesting, isn't it? No, Georgia, your sergeant drawing is way better than this old drawing. Let me see if I have more. Wait, there's more. Shit. And then everybody will go online and go like, you want to know how shit she was? Well, take a look at this. Ah, look at this one. Oh, this is so pro. This is me at the age of 19 trying to do digital. Eh? Look at those red eyes. You gotta love it. I mean, look at it. It's great, and I felt that I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good. I'm getting it. Oh yeah, let's see. What else do I have in here? Oh yeah. Oh, this is me again. Oh look, my night elf when I was playing World of Warcraft, and I was like, I'm gonna draw my night elf and make her pretty, like that. Is this boosting your ego a little bit? I hope it does. Because this is important for you guys to see all of those artists that you go like, oh my god, they're so talented, they're so good. We were shit! We were so crap when we started. We had like, not shit or crap, we had no knowledge, no skills whatsoever. So unrealistic. Fuck you, Vegard. I loved Avatar. No, I think this was long time ago. It was way long time ago. Ha ha, these are not bad at all. Oh, you guys saw me painting horses. Look at this horse. Look at it. Look at it. Be amazed of how good I was. And I really thought that, yeah, I'm the shit. I know how to do this. Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna make it out there. And I was such a fucking cocky bitch. I was like, oh yeah, I'm so good. I'm better than anyone out there. Hell no. Not even now. I don't consider myself any good. I don't think that you guys are not as good as... You can't be better than me. I'm quite lazy now. I don't work as hard as I used to do. So there's nobody better or worse out there. It's just skills and determination and hard work. Of course, I want to sound very politically correct and be nice and all of that shit. But you can be better if you just work hard, and that's it. Oops, sorry. But I just wanted to share this with all of you. Because I don't want you guys to go like, oh my god, you're so good. I want to be as good as you. You can! Oh my lord, when I was a teacher, I had like a student, my friend Jimmy, which I love, he just started with 0 skill. And now the things he could do, of course he needs to work harder and more. It's the same for me. I have to work way. Like if you ask me to draw from imagination, I fucking suck at it. I need to practice it if I want to be able to draw from imagination. I haven't been doing that because that's not really what I want. So you have to make choices. Because that's the thing with social media. It gives you so much, but there's so little that we can do because we are mortals. Only if we put our consciousness into another body and become immortal, then sure, we can all be equal and as good. George, the thing is that I'm not showing you guys everything because I don't have them on my computer. I just found this stuff on my old emails from 2008. What the hell was it? 2008, 2010, 2014? I mean, even now, God, where is it? I mean, the last painting we did on the live stream, that's the worst I can ever do. And some people were like, oh, this is actually good. That's the worst I can do because I have a certain level. So maybe if I try to be really bad, I have to be conscious of it because I have developed and I have certain skills. So I don't know. Let's go back to work. I thought you said you were an AI. Oh yeah, I am an AI. Oh shit. No, I'm not an AI. I'm not an AI. I'm not an AI. I'm as real as it can get. Trust me. Trust in my voice. Everything is real. It's art if they wanted it to be. I was watching this people and saying like, oh, it's art because I say that it's art, and they make the most weirdest shit on the planet. But if that's what they like and they became successful out of it, good for them. It was a guy that made an exhibition, but the stuff he was exhibiting, it was invisible. I've read it online somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not. But that guy made money with an invisible exhibition. People just went there, paid the entrance, and they saw nothing. God, I wish I was as smart as that dope. Yeah, I think it's that. Once you kind of develop your skills, it's like the worst you can do is still very good for a person that's still learning and stuff. I mean, I don't think that what I'm doing right now is the best I can do. But that's the beauty about working so hard and developing. You reach a certain stage where whatever you kind of do is quite good quality. I don't know. Vegard, I think you should be like a writer about art. I think you would sell things really easily. I don't know if you have the same guts as you have it here while you're writing. I mean, I was having this interesting podcast with my friend Miles and Frank about art and stuff like that. We want to talk about it and say that, oh, I know what art is. Art is what you think it is. You can say whatever you want that art should be. That's just your opinion, man. You make art what you want it to be, and that's it. It's very subjective. You can have standards. I mean, if someone goes like, oh, rape is art, then you have issues. Like, you're a fucking moron if you're saying something like that. Sorry for my language. You know, we have to have certain standards and not go beyond this kind of weird mentality. We have to have a little bit of decency. Well, if that's their choice, if they're happy with where they are at, and also the fact that it's working and they're selling, then good for them. Vegard, can you go on Miles' Patreon and share the YouTube video where me and Frank are talking? I know that you're supporting him, so I actually canceled my subscription because I'm kind of trying to live off what I can. I know that the videos are live. You don't need to be his Patreon to see it. If you can do that for me, I will give you a virtual cookie. Oh, I made more of a bushy eyebrow for him over there. I'll just leave it like that. I don't like this chalk. Oh yeah, I have these pencils. I don't try them that much. Ooh, Bisa like what I see here. Ooh. I've never done pencil charcoal. I have been having them for a while and just trying them out, but never went serious with them. Oi, Jesus, this chat is going a bit crazy. I can't keep up with it. No, in this chat here, I hope people can see it. I want a virtual cookie. God damn it. How do I make my... Guys, how do you make YouTube chat? I want to be able to permit you guys to share links. How the fuck do I do that? If you write Miles Johnston Art, Vegard, can you write Miles' name in the chat so people can look for it? And go to his channel, and I think the last video is where me, Miles and Frank, we talk about it. Where we talk. The thing with me, guys, I sound very negative, which I can be sometimes, but I guess it can be a good balance. to not always be super positive, because you can kind of lose track of reality sometimes. Okay, let's finish this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Finish, Sergeant, yo. Cool. Oh, Septic, trust me, I believe you. I was actually having an artist block, and also I was so numb yesterday. When Henry came home, we were just talking about it, and I was telling him that I feel like I'm not doing anything productive. I feel like I'm not painting as I want to, that I'm not where I'm supposed to be with my life. And of course, I started talking about babies and families and having a bigger home and all that shiznit. I mean, there's always things that you want in life, I guess. So it depends. I mean, some people are afraid of changes, you know. I sure am. But I reached a point in my life where I kind of don't give a fuck anymore, even though sometimes I can get, like I did yesterday, where I was overthinking things too much. Social media is also a very bad thing, because I have to constantly be online and answer people, which I kind of want to do, but God, I have no idea how some people can always be on social media. Jesus Christ, it's too much work. Guess some people likes it. How do you guys see social media? Do you guys have a good relationship with it? Oh yeah, being artistic. Putting those strokes down. I wonder if the forehead is too low. The difference between modern artists and the great masters is that they had nothing else to do. That was their life. People nowadays have all kind of distractions. No comment. How much you let your brain get ficked? What? I guess, yeah. Makes me sick to my stomach. Facebook, yeah. I've been on Facebook since 2017. I've never felt better. Off Facebook. I'm actually thinking of closing it down as well, but it's becoming a source for me to market. Checking Instagram every 5 minutes definitely is not a good thing. Of course, there are still artists that do nothing else. Ouch. So where do you draw the line? I mean, we have to market ourselves. We need to get our... I mean, you guys know about me via Instagram, right? I mean, if it wasn't for Instagram or Facebook, Facebook, we would never know each other, right? So we kind of need to be there, I guess. So you kind of select. Indoor plumbing. Yeah, David, that's true. You know me because of Twitch. I think I went too dark in here. mean, I had the opportunity of living in a time where I actually didn't have mobiles. We were like with my friends, so we're gonna meet up at this time in this location, and if you're not here at this time, we're gonna meet here, and if you're not there at that time, we're just gonna meet at the usual place. So it was always so fun. You kind of needed to be in time. Now it's like, I mean, I'm doing this now. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm any good with it. I'm always late sometimes. When I'm supposed to meet up people, all of a sudden I change my mind and I'm like, I don't want to go out anymore. I mean, I've become pretty bad with actually doing what I'm saying that I used to do. So I think social media is great, but we need to also understand it's very addictive, and that's what people don't want to admit. It's very addictive and very dangerous. As a tool, yeah, I think so too. By the way, right now I'm squinting. If I want to draw this beard, I kind of need to squint a little bit. I need to see how much I need to choose from this. I mean, this picture has a very good reference on how to draw a beard. But I really don't think I have time to really go for it. So I'm just gonna try to simplify. Oh my god, I'm gonna fly with a plane tomorrow. So don't wanna do it. I think Joe Rogan was having a conversation with someone about how social media is affecting kids nowadays as well. Oh my god, the chat is going really fast. I will let you guys have some fun on your own so I can finish this and then focus on the chat. I hope you guys don't mind that. See you, Zezzy. Keep the chat going. Keep the chat going. I will be done pretty soon here. Just need to focus a little bit on getting this shape in. If I want to get rid of this line, so I don't depend on a background, I'm just gonna add a value on it until the line kind of disappears within a value. You see? So then the line kind of disappears. Ah, can't move the... 1 second, just to see what the hell I'm doing. Oh yeah, I can work like this. Yeah, I'm kind of a bit done. I mean, this is a general look of it. I can't really go into like mass details. But I will finish this kind of hopefully soon. God, I love cans on paper. So, for future streams, do you guys want us to do something like this? I mean, priority of choosing a drawing will be George, since he wants to become my virtual mouse student person online. So if he has difficulties with the drawing, that's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna choose to draw. But if you guys want, you can also choose something. And then we can work on it on the live stream and communicate about the drawing and talk shit. If you guys want that. I don't know if I'm doing this ear super correct, but my legs are killing me right now. Okay, where's the mouth? It's here. Okay, this needs to be a little bit higher up. It's too low. There you go. Like Bogro? I know that this is John Singer Sargent. Huh, maybe Maybe they were quite similar. I know that back then men liked beard and stuff like that. So it was like kind of classy to have that. Oh, let's see. Oh my god, that song died so fast. Have you noticed? Yeah? I don't know how the screen is. Oh yeah, it is kind of like that. I will try to put it frontal, because right now you guys are getting a little bit skewed in there. I mean, I'm making some artistic choices right now. So... Oh, my legs hurts. Giant Piss Lord, weren't you supposed to be in class? Someone on Twitch. His name is Giant Piss Lord. Love it. Love it. Best name ever. Not really. I can't really do it. I will show you guys why. I'm almost kind of done. I'm not gonna really go and finish this. Da me špula nije da treba. Sergeant, you hunka dick. You're so gorgeous with that beard of yours. What a beard. Oh dear God. Oh, maybe I'm mistaking you with someone else. I know that someone said that has to go to class. Sorry, my man. I think. Ow, Jesus. Maybe. Oh my god, my legs. Oh my god, my legs. Ow. Imagine Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme. How the fuck do you pronounce his name when he's doing the split? That's basically how I've been drawing so far. Splitting those legs. Sexy mama. Can add a little bit of an accent here so we can kind of show a little bit of sharpness because we have everything quite soft. Oh my god, I actually drew Sergeant. Oh, Sergeant, you darling. I kind of try, but I have a pretty bad English accent. I can't really say it's any good. Oh my god. Jean-Claude Van... Jean-Claude Van Damme. No. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I guess that's how you Norwegians say. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Ja. Oh, rolig. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Ja. La 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 blah 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 blah. Why? I will show you guys. Just 1 second. I will show you how I've been set up everything. Bloop, bloop, beep, bloop. Shmini, shmini, ha, ha. Check out my song. Yee. Check out my song. This is not annoying at all. No. Ha, ha, ha. Schmack. I need to make the shape look smaller. It's too big. God damn. Look at that mistake. Girl. Stop being stupid. Yeah. Okay, let's see what Twitch is saying. Learn how to draw like Sergeant, split like Van Damme at the same time. Yeah, Van Damme. God damn, Van Damme. Alright, we're done, kinda. I can't do this anymore. There's some mistakes, I'm sure about it. Now that I look at it, I can fix this now. And I mean, at this stage, it basically becomes like small little things that you need to move back and forth, like millimeters. And that's where the barks comes into play. They kind of teach you on how to force yourself to see the smallest little mistake. And that's also why it's good to have a teacher that can point out all of those stuffs. Like, for example, it's much easier to, in my case when I was a teacher, it was easier to critique an advanced student than a bark, because with a bark you kind of need to adapt to each student and try to explain to them and make it, you know, understandable to how they kind of think, even though we're still following a certain teaching pattern. It's hard to really explain how to adapt to that teaching pattern because we're all very different. Now I have to soften that edge. Let's see if this one will work. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been doing that even though you guys don't see it. I'm not taking 10 steps back because then I won't be able to see jack shit. I mean, at this stage it's fine the way I'm working. But if I work big, I have to stand back. For example, now I'm quite far, but I can't really see the reference, and I'm not really doing, my image is not quite horizontally with my reference, so I'm seeing it as an angle, so it doesn't really help me. Sorry, I'm seeing it at an angle. I think this works. There's some mistakes, but it's kind of funny. I saw a portrait of Sargent at the museum and pretty much like the way it turned out, this one. I haven't made them that soft because right now I didn't work with the background, so I don't have this weird glow around him that kind of makes him feel like quite big in his head. I also think I kind of unskew him a little bit, like fixed a little bit, because you know, if you take a photo with a lens that kind of distorts, usually the features looks bigger. I don't know how you call that kind of distortion. So when you work from photos, if you want to do portraits, it's good to buy a 50mm lens, so you won't distort the features of the person you're gonna draw. And that's always very tricky when you're working from photos. Because sometimes if I get a portrait commission, I prefer meeting up the person, take my own photos, because usually they send me the pictures that they think they look the best in, but it's so much distortion that you can't really work with it. So if they go like, yeah, I have these photos and I want you to make this, I might actually say no, because it's just gonna go back and forth and they will just want to look like in that picture. So I prefer having my own references, and I usually don't even show them the pictures when I'm done with the painting. That's one reason when you do a portrait, it's always good to do it from life. Okay. My rib hurts too much for it to work. I can show you guys a little bit my setup so you guys can see what the hell I was complaining about. Okay, so this is how I have it. As you can see, there's my screen, there's my reference, and this is where I put the camera. So I was standing, so here's my camera, so I'm like, my head was almost bumping into this. So it's quite low, so I had to like do the Van Damme split, woo, to be able to work on this. So let's see. So, George, are you still online? So I can show you when it comes to picture. So right now I'm taking my camera really high up. There you go. So I'll try to hold it. There. When you take a photo, you want this line here to be horizontally with the edge of your camera. So here here as well, you see, like this needs to be completely parallel with the edge of the camera. Here as well. So when you take a photo, you need to move until there's no... There. This is close to no distortion. So I'm trying to make sure that everything, everything is parallel with each other, even the lower part. Oh, look at that. Look how distorted I was. I had to move more this way. You see, that was very bad. Let's do it again. I will also use this one because it's too hard. I need to show you guys how to take a good photos, because if you ever want to send your work to me so I can actually take a look and help you, you need to make sure that you take a good photo, otherwise I can't help you. Alright, so if this is my image, let's see. Alright, so I need to back up even more. So right now I'm having a 400mm lenses. So at this stage, the picture is maybe 90% distorted. I do have a special lens that doesn't distort at all. So let's see. At this stage, I need to either take the drawing down or move the camera up. Because you can see this angle over here doesn't line up horizontally with this edge, the edge of the screen pretty much. So I need to take the camera more up. Excuse me. And then there you go. Almost no distortion. So the distance from here to here, from here to the edge of the screen needs to be equal. Right now here we have a little bit less space than here. So the image is a bit skewed in this direction. It's kind of fine to a certain degree. You can fix this in Photoshop. But again, it's really important for you to take good photos of your work. And I've seen so many paintings distorted, and you can actually see when an image is distorted depending on how much the exposure, not exposure, the what do you call it? The iris of the lens, how wide open it is. Because if it's not wide enough, it won't be able to extract all the information of the image you're actually seeing. So sometimes you can see in a corner a bit blurry, is because the photographer, you see, like for F, stop, how do you pronounce that, giant piss lord? That F has a name in terms of photographing. It's not exposure. F. Alright, whatever. So I usually try to use as higher opening of my lens as possible when I take photos of my work, because then the camera captures everything. The lower you have it, the more the camera kind of closes in and focuses only on one point. But it can be okay as long as you're having no distortion. So basically your drawing is completely aperture. Thank you, Vegard, aperture. So your image is basically really horizontal. So there's no tilting. It's just straight on to your lens. So basically that's what I do when I take photos. But anyways, this is the result. This is the best I can do with talking, looking at the chat, and sweating my balls off. I'm really like, it's so hot, mostly when I work and I'm a bit tensed up. I know you're the best, Vegard. I would love to beat you up one day. So, I'm gonna sit down and we need to make a plan. I'm gonna be gone for like You're what? You know, we women also have two balls. It's just that it's on our chest. So I'm like really tired. Oh my god, my legs. Oh, my legs. Oh, Jesus, that cracked. Fuck, this hurts so bad. I don't know, I need to find a better way of filming while I'm doing the stream. Otherwise, my body's just gonna crash. So I'm gonna be back on the 13th. Yeah, it's the iris size. So, I don't know, Giant Piss Lord, you just came on Twitch and you're pretty new. I really want to find the right time to do these things with you guys, but it all depends on George, because I'm gonna become more like a online teacher for him, so I want him to see what I'm doing. It's important for him to see it, so I will actually adapt to his schedule a little bit. And if someone else comes along, then I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do it, but I will find some solutions. Do you guys like me doing this kind of stuff, like more educational stuff? Would you like to see my personal things as well? The thing with the personal stuff, it can get really, really slow. This kind of stuff is more like, you know, like I said, educational, proportions, rendering and stuff like that. So, wait, no, like you don't want to see my personal stuff, or you want me to just do this? Everything I do. Everything? You want me to cook? And I will show you like, hey guys, welcome to Theo small little kitchen area cooking time. We're gonna do spaghetti. Ooh. No, I know, I understand just in general. It was really fun. I don't know what more to say. Tomorrow I'm gonna fly. 13 days I'll be gone. I wish you all a pleasant weekend. And I don't know. Cooking lessons. Oh, David, I promise. Here's a virtual cookie for all of you guys. Cookies. Cookies. I'm a cookie monster. C is for cookie. A cookie good for me. Yeah. Ah, coffee. I mean, I do want to do my own personal stuff. Like, I was thinking about putting a huge canvas here on my wall and just paint big and just have you guys see it. I'm glad, the Giant Piss Lord, that you enjoy watching this. You were the only one on Twitch. Thank you. I will have a safe journey. I'm gonna take a photo of this one and make a speed painting time-lapse video of this one and post it online for you guys to see a little bit of more of a faster process, because this was quite long. What does ASMR means? I will bring everything to you, Riza. You're like my... You and Axe, because I know Axe is somewhere in there. You're all the time on my live stream. David as well. I can't wait to go to Romania. I haven't seen my family for... Yeah. But what does ASMR means? You should do painting, drawing plus ASMR. Erotic whispering? No, it doesn't mean that. You're joking, right? I don't have an erotic like,
Oh yes, that feels so good. You can do it. Yeah, be a man and make it harder.
I don't think that works. Autonomous sensory meridian response. What the fuck is that? Explain yourself. When you'll come back. Okay, when I come back, you guys will tell me. So I'll see you guys after 13th of February. Yeah, I guess. Okay, I need to crash in bed a little bit and rest my back, because I'm kind of dying here. Really bad. I will keep you guys updated. Riza, keep in touch. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye. See you, Giant Piss Lord, on Twitch. Ciao, ciao.